Hello and welcome to the Mockingbird Show. Today is episode 50 and I'm so glad that I could hit the half century, and it's all because of your love and support for the work that we all are trying to do to give the best to children in their early childhood years. Thank you so much for your love, for your support, and for being a part of the Mockingbird Show. Well, today is part 4 of the book reading series, which is the Read Aloud series. And today I'll be reading out from my book 3 chapters. Yes, I won't be reading the entire of the 3 chapters, parts from the 3 chapters, which are really interesting. And they are from the part 3 of my book. Part 3 is Navigating Behavior and Emotions. So the chapter I would like to read from here is the growth mindset versus fixed mindset in early years. On 14th of December 2025, I'm going to launch this book, and this is going to be a physical launch by Rashmi Narzary, a Sahitya Akademi Award winning author, and we'll launch it in the Tender Petals Weaver Birds Carnival. So I'm so excited that finally we are going to launch this book, and it's going to be available for all my readers in Amazon and Flipkart. I'll be sharing the link right after it is up. So coming back to the chapter that I would be reading out for you today, growth mindset versus fixed mindset in early years. So how to promote a growth mindset in children aged 0 to 5? First of all, I would like to read a little about what is growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that intelligence, abilities, and talents can be developed through effort, good strategies, and help from others. In contrast, a fixed mindset is the belief that these traits are innate and unchangeable. Why it matters. Even toddlers form early concepts of ability, success, and failure. When adults label children as smart or naughty or praise only the result, example, good job, the children may internalize fixed notions about their worth and ability. A child who struggles with a puzzle and hears, maybe this is too hard for you, may shy away from future challenges. Developing a growth mindset in the early years lays the foundation for lifelong learning, resilience in the face of setbacks, motivation to improve, emotional self-regulation. So I read out a very small part of this very interesting chapter, how we can inculcate growth mindset in a child from the early childhood years. Moving on to another chapter from another part of this book that I would like to touch upon today is School Readiness and Learning Journeys. That is part 4 of the book, and the chapter that I would like to touch upon or read out a little to you is the Golden Triangle, a topic which is very close to my heart. What is a Golden Triangle? The Golden Triangle is the relationship between the school, the parent, and the child. Now we are all working for the benefit of the child. So the student is on the top of the triangle, and the school and the parent, who works in coordination along with the cooperation of the child, forms this very integral triangle called the Golden Triangle. Now, reading out apart from this is the child, the heart of the triangle. At the center of this dynamic triangle is the child, the primary beneficiary of all the effort, love, and collaboration. Just like a seed needs sunlight, water, and fertile soil to flourish, a child requires emotional nourishment from parents, intellectual stimulation from facilitators, and a secure, responsive environment to thrive. Children are curious, sensitive, and absorbent. They model behaviors, absorb emotions, and internalize expectations from both home and school. This is why both parents and facilitator must remain intentional, empathetic, and consistent in their messaging and actions. When roles intersect and support each other, while parents and teachers may have distinct responsibilities, there are instances when their roles overlap. Facilitators may need to step in as an emotional caregiver, especially if a child is going through distress at home. Likewise, a parent may need to step into the educator's shoes, especially during homework or skill reinforcement at home. This interchangeability of roles must not be seen as a burden, but as a shared responsibility towards holistic growth of the child. So, in order to read this entire chapter, you need to get a copy of this book, The First 5 Years, Decoding Childhood, Empowering Parenthood. This is the second edition of this book. The first edition came out in 2018, and after it's gone out of print, I got a lot of queries from parents who wanted a copy of this book, and also from educators. So I came up with the second, and the second one has a lot of additional chapters. I've added many things because the one I wrote earlier was in the pre-pandemic times. So there was a paradigm shift in how we are giving or delivering education now after the pandemic. The scenario has changed. So I've added a few more chapters. There are 34 chapters in all in this book. And now I'll be reading out a little from part 5, which is Contemporary Parenting Challenges and Guidance. So here I would like to read a little on parenting in the digital age, keeping it balanced. So this chapter is in page 119 of the book, and let me read out a part from this. Understanding the digital native child, Generation Alpha and Beta. Beta was born just this year, 2025, January 1st, the first Beta child was born. And now the children who are coming to our preschools, to our classrooms, are the Generation Alpha. So Gen Alpha and Beta are true digital natives. For them, touchscreen, YouTube, AI toys, and smart devices are a normal part of childhood. While this can enhance learning and creativity, excessive or unguided screen time can impact emotional regulation, attention span, social skills, and physical health. So, balancing strategies for parents are shared in this chapter, and how we can talk about tech with children, how to give them a more honest opinion about the use of tech, and how they can be taught to understand the best use of tech to their advantage instead of becoming a victim of screen time. So this chapter is also very interesting, and similarly part 1 to part 5, like I said, has 34 chapters in all. And this book, I feel, is going to give all our educators and our parents a good insight into early childhood learning, development, and also how to bring up a child in the early childhood years so that they become optimal individuals, the best individuals that we can mold. And yes, the results are not seen right away, but the results are seen only after 20 to 25 years. So if little good we can do for the society now, and the benefits, if the seed is sown and the benefits are seen in next 25 years, maybe we'll not be there to see it, or maybe I'd be there as well. But yeah, this is going to be really, really helpful and impactful, and let us do something for the society. So thank you for joining me in the Mockingbird Show. But before I wind up, I would like to tell you that there are a lot of bullying incidences that are happening in our schools. Parents are not aware about bullying. Teachers sometimes are perpetrators along with, the peers. So we need to be very alert. Say no to bullying. If you see bullying happening in anywhere, just point your finger.